I invite a very special guest to come to my Zhou Zheng Show. She will talk about tax. Yes, she's a CPA, Emily Sang. Hi, Emily Sang.
Hi, how are you?
Welcome to our Zhou Zheng Show. You know, I want you to introduce yourself to our audience first.
Okay, my name is Emily Sang. I'm a certified public accountant to practice in the state of California, and I have a firm called Sang CPA, and you can find me on sangcpa.com.
You know, Emily, I came to the United States for a while. I heard of the one joke. They say in the United States,
What is that?
only two things are sure. Do you know which two things?
Oh, yes.
There's this tax and tax
Taxes, yeah.
are sure.
Yes.
Nothing is sure. So how you as a CPA, especially how you give me a comments to the joke?
Wow, it's a very deep understanding of this sentence. And I believe that tax and death cannot be avoided. We can cheat death. It's a good thing, right?
Mhm.
But if we cheat taxes, we may not be in good shape. And the good part about United States taxation is you could have a lot of different ways to be able to avoid taxes legally. So a lot of people don't know about that. There is a certainty, but there's also a way out.
I want to know, when did you come to the United States and why did you come to the United States?
I came to the United States a long time ago, in 90s. And at that time, I believe the phone was barely out in China. And when I first came to the States, I went to BYU, which is Brigham Young University in Utah. For the first year, I came to the United States, I was stuck in snow a lot of times because that was record year at BYU when we had all this snowstorm around. And I remember the first day when I arrived at school, I had to go knock on the doors to ask people how to use a telephone.
Oh,
It
wow.
was that long ago. But I came to the States with one simple wish, to be able to study English and accomplish something that my parents set me to do, which is to find a dream for myself.
So what is the year you came to the United States? 1992.
92.
Is pretty early in the United States, and that time it's very difficult for Chinese people to get visa to come to the United States, even the student visa. I know are very few people can get a visa in 1990s. What's the major you study?
Accounting.
Oh, first your bachelor be the accounting.
Yes.
Oh, wow. So why you choose this major? Because you like it, you interested in that, or your parents to like you to do that?
My parents really love the idea of having me to go as far as I can because they think I have something special in me. And I really believe that because my parents really instilled in me this idea of cherish the freedom, cherish the whatever we have in our daily lives, and to be able to contribute to the society. You know, my dad was a journalist. My mom is a CPA. So
Your mom is CPA, that's why. Okay,
Yes.
got it.
So when I came to the States, I was debating what major I should choose. And long and behold, my mom said, accounting is very easy. You should just go for accounting. She's a little afraid that I won't be able to make it with any other major.
Even our Chinese people like the numbers, like mathematics, easy for them to account the numbers, right?
Yeah.
Okay, I will ask you, what did you study in China at that time before you come to the United States?
In China, I was a student at the Dalian Foreign Language Institute.
Oh, you studied English.
Yes, I did.
Oh, so do you get a lot of the influence by your parents?
A lot. I would say maybe 80% of me came from my parents, from their influence, their thoughts. And only when I get much older, I realize it's more important for me to establish something of my own. I don't know if you feel a little bit similar in that regard. My parents, they try very hard to make me a person of something that they can be proud in a way, but more importantly is to be able to give me a compass to live a life with integrity, with honesty, and with full passion.
Even you right now, the influence still happen?
Yes.
Okay, how
Every
many
day.
sister, how many sister and children in your family?
I have just a brother that's younger than me.
Okay, so I heard that when you got the bachelor, you finished your school in the United States in Utah. You got a good job. You got that job in the big company, like a Washington Disney company, or you used to working with Department of Economic of the Utah government. So how you get this job?
I think in life, there's something that we should all pursue. And my parents always told me you need to, get a good grades and go to school and get the best, scores you can get and get the best interviews. And then you can get a really good job. And that's your life, basically.
I know you in your school, you got, I read your biography, you got the GPA is a 3.9, right?
Yeah.
Pretty high in the CPA. Congratulations, you're good. Good student. Okay, so what did you learn from your job?
I believe it's very important to be able to find a mentor of your life. Even in any things you do, you need to find someone that you can look up to, someone who can guide you, who can give you their very clear advice on where you should go. And on top of that, the most important thing is to have a very strong work ethics. And I believe in the United States, there are hardly anything that could allow you to cut corners, but working hard and working with your full capacity, to be able to accomplish the best you can is probably the number one important thing that I received from my work.
How you challenge yourself to go back to school to study, like get an MBA, and who gave you this encouragement? By yourself or somebody? Or I want to know that story.
Yes, that's a great point. In my school, in my family actually, there's nobody ever told me to go to a graduate school. And only in the United States, I found out there is a master's program for business. And it's very important for me as a CPA to get that MBA degree, and it's part of the requirement. Of course, it's an optional requirement, but I always thought, it might be a good idea. Anything is possible, so that's what I believe I could do. So I got a part-time MBA program in Utah while I was working full-time.
So what can reason make you to get a CPA license, and you won't try to be the independent to be the CPA?
For a CPA, it's a profession, and first and foremost is this CPA license, Certified Public Accountant license. And in order to get any type of really good jobs, I believe it's important to first get a license, and you can still work in a corporate that allows you to open a lot of other doors. Like for example, if you want to work with the United States government, if you wanted to work with a big commercial corporation, Fortune 500, if you want to work with the public accounting firm like PricewaterhouseCoopers, Deloitte & Touche, these big four accounting firms. And I believe it's very important, it's even crucial to be able to get this CPA license.
You set up your CPA firm, and that's a really big challenge. Could you tell me the story about this?
Yes, I think it's important for us to have a very good big goal in life. And I learned about this from my professor who was in MBA school, and he had us written down 5-year plan. So each of us wrote down about 5 things in our paper. And 5 years later, in a very, very rare instance, I opened that piece of paper and I found out most of the things in this piece of paper all came true. And that taught me the importance of setting up a goal. So my goal in life is to be able to help as many people as I can and to be able to use my knowledge, what I learned, and also to, for personal reasons, to be able to have that freedom in time, right? And to be able to be with my family as much as I can. And at first, it was very, very casual. I didn't know what I was doing. A lot of times it was very, very challenging times because I didn't know how much to charge, you know, and how much to help my people so that I don't get burned out. So it was a, you know, trial and balance, but eventually I was able to find really great mentors who taught me the roads of getting into a real, you know, CPA firm to be able to help the clients with systematic approach. That way it helps me using other people's time, you know, to be able to build a firm that I feel that, okay, it's a you know, way and shape. That's how I wanted to help my clients.
Besides CPA, what's your hobby?
I love traveling.
Cool, traveling.
Yeah.
Everybody loves traveling.
Yeah.
What else?
Swimming.
Okay,
Yeah.
what else? Like you like reading?
Yes.
You like the cinema movie? Or you like dancing, whatever, singing, something?
Singing, not so much. All my family sings except for me.
Okay.
But I enjoy dancing. I enjoy a lot of great time with my friends and with my family.
How you build up your trust between you and your clients?
Trust, of course, is the most important part of a professional relationship. And I believe this goes along with any kind of profession. And we like to work with people who like us. And I think number one thing is to be able to have the knowledge, able to understand what people are looking for, right? It goes out to say it's the care that we love to provide people, and you'll be surprised how many people come up and ask questions. And if you can help them with those questions and really go out of your way to help them understand, and I think trust is very, very good and very easy to be able to obtain from clients.
Could you give me an example from the beginning you're working with your CPA firm? You have got the client.
Yeah.
Maybe at the beginning he not really trust you, but it's because you are excellent at working, so they'll be build up the trust and step by step. Could you give them example to me right now until now?
Sure. I was referred to by a friend of mine to help with this new business startup.
Okay.
So they do the crepe business, and the owners are mom and dad. It's a mom and pop shop for sure. And mom started building this crepe shop, and they started working with a couple of part-timers, and then started doing more and more. And her goal is to be able to accomplish 3 or 4 different crepe shops in the future. And so as a CPA, the number one thing I help her to do is to establish the compliance, the proper registration form, and to help her with tax planning. Meaning if I could show her the roadmap for her financial goals, and also to help her to minimize the taxation, to be able to be in compliance, to help her taking away the financial and tax burdens, and then she will be in full force to be able to expand her business, to help other people in her shop to open other franchises.
Okay, every new year, like the beginning January, February, everybody know it's a tax month, right? And I heard of the American tax is every year, just one time, but in another country, sometimes every month there will come that tax, right? Okay, so if it's legally, we can avoid some tax when we report tax. I want you a little bit give our audience to there's some instruction or give them something advice.
Sure, and most tax planning should be done before the year end, like in October. And as long as you could maximize the amount of the expenses that you have for the current year, and sometimes defer, if you can, the income to the future years, that might be the number one thing you could do for yourself. And then in 2018, there are a lot of new tax laws that's implemented, and there are great things, that's available for small business owners. And for example, to be able to utilize the Section 199A, the 20% tax deduction.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. Good news.
Yes. And I believe this new tax law could benefit a lot of small, business owners and realtors and a lot of real estate professionals. And also it can benefit potentially the people from overseas who wanted to, be able to bring more money into the United States. President lowered the taxation for the people who wanted to, come back to the United States and to be able to utilize the lower tax rate. So all of those can be utilized if we plan ahead and to be able to use it for 2018.
Wow, it's very good news, Amy Sung. And I think if our audience are interested in what you talk about the tax, so how they can go to the amysung.com or sungcpa.com, www.sungcpa.com. They can go to your website to ask you any question, right?
Yes.
Okay, so before our conversation is over, I will ask you some question about your personal respect, love, freedom, healthy, wealthy, the 5 elements. So if you choose first one, which one you choose first?
Love.
Love. Why? Why you choose love?
Love is the universal creator of all the good things, I believe. With love, we'll be able to have a healthy life, and wealth will come along. And of course, if you don't have a love, you wouldn't have a respect towards another person.
Make me surprised because you are CPA. You choose the first. In your life, importantly, if you choose love. Okay, if I really want you, force you to do arrangement like the love, the freedom, and healthy, respect, and wealthy, how you order all of the 5.
Okay.
First one, love. Second one,
love. And second one, respect.
Respect. Okay.
And third one would be freedom.
Freedom.
Yeah. And wealth.
Wealthy.
And health.
Okay, that's Emily's song to choose. He chose the love the first. Anybody have the question about the CPA or tax report? Please go to the SANGCPA, sungcpa.com. Everybody, thank you for watching Zhou Zheng Show and Beautiful Life.